You may have seen the video we did on the successful dig of our primary water well. We were fortunate to have Primary Water Technologies out to the homestead to locate the perfect spot to dig. Bryson, armed with their data, his well drilling truck from the 50s, and some determination, struck the exact spot where this abundant water perks up from deep inside the earth. With new access to abundant water, our dreams of making our homestead an oasis in the desert can now become a reality.
You know, as I was out here the other day looking out at the courtyard and just thinking about how grateful I am that we have water now, realizing that water is really foundation to life, and it's going to mean now for us that we'll be able to get some animals again, that we'll be able to plant more things, and even with our building projects, having water readily available, it can help us be efficient, and you know, it's just always needed on construction projects in various ways.
The shop is coming along. We'll do an update on it next video. But first, with spring and summer here, the homestead needs our attention.
Normally this time of year, I go around and water each individual plant out in the courtyard, and it can take up to an hour or more.
I have a solution for you that I think Mom's really gonna love. I've decided to put in a drip system in the backyard.
He's been pitching this to me, and I haven't caught the excitement of it, but I'm starting to see the light.
We want to turn our home into an oasis. With abundant water available, it's time to make that dream a reality. The first step, start planting. But with a lot of plants comes the need for an efficient way to water them. Bryson has the perfect solution.
You want all the plants, but the more you plant, the more time you're going to spend watering each day. And if you have it all on a timer, even if you just went out there and turned it on once a day, that'd be much easier than going out there and watering it all by hand. So you see, we've got ourselves some plants, and it's time to put irrigation in the backyard.
Yeah, and it was funny because when he finally said to me, Mom, we can get as many plants as you want if we have a drip system. Because I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got that hour. It could easily turn into 2 hours. But with a drip system, my eyes popped open. I'm seeing the light now.
You could just turn it on and water the whole backyard. And there's a lot of trenches you have to dig. Well, the trenches only have to go down like 6 inches, not 8 feet. I learned from KLC Ken channel on YouTube.
Is it going to be like trenching it?
Yep. Isn't it kind of cool?
Yeah. Bryson's going to be working on that, which is going to be tearing up pretty much the whole courtyard as he's running the pipes all the way through. So
it's definitely going to be a lot of work.
All right, what are you ripping up?
Here's the whole box.
Oh, oops.
Flashed KLC Ken's video when he sheared the pin off. I did the same thing. But if I spend a week putting this system in, it's going to last for 15 years or more. So it's worth it. Either have started a project that we shouldn't have started, or we started a project we should have started a long time ago. One of the two.
I don't know. It's awesome.
So we're running it to all the basins.
The tractor out and got the main guts of it.
Yeah, and now I'm just trying to kind of clear out the rest.
Yeah. So he's got the trenches going all the way back there to all the different basins. That basin there, which was full of aloe, but it got a disease, so I just pulled it up. Out to there's trees out there as well, and plants around the studio, plants around Bryson's building. Pretty exciting. These guys are doing really good. Got flowers popping out on Gary's tree, and then we got lots of blueberries actually coming out. We've been eating them already too. They've been really good. You can see them here coming out, so it's been a lot of fun. Bring that drip in, that'll help it even better.
Someone, please explain this to me, because I am almost at my wit's end. Why is it that every trenching shovel isn't the full length of a full shovel? You might go, oh, that's fine. Well, no. In order to get a good shovel, I gotta bend over and go like this. And that is back aching work. Most of them don't even have handles this long. Just explain to me why this exists.
One of my favorite parts of upkeep on our property is definitely trimming the trees. I love it. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm married to this very tall, handsome gentleman, and you have helped me actually get it better.
You married me for my height.
Yeah, I was like, he'd be a good tree trimmer.
We should have did it before and after, but hey.
Just picture everything really bushy, and now it's not. Mesquite trees especially, they want to be bushes, and if they're not trimmed, they're not trees.
Big bushes.
Yeah, they're big bushes. Very prickly, pointy bushes. They look really tall now. We were commenting they looked really kind of short and bushy, and now it's like they look really cool.
Yeah.
You think, oh, I'm just gonna do a few little trimming, and then like 6 hours later, you're like, oh. Making them into trees is so fun. They have the coolest trunks that go in all sorts of directions. They look wonky, straight out of Dr. Seuss, which is just playful and fun, and it's just neat to make them into these lovely, playful trees that they should be.
Yeah. There's little underground creatures that like to dig out here. Usually you can do the polypipe, the black garden polypipe, I know, underground. Why would I do that when I know PVC or PEX will last like 100 years underground? So I thought, okay, I'm running PEX underground and then the polypipe in the basins. And then we can replace the polypipe every few years or whatever.
Didn't know that's why you did that. That's smart. Yeah, I like that.
And it's kind of like a PVC pipe in its ability to hold up.
Yeah, but it's a little more flexible.
Yeah. And also too, one solid piece.
What is so cool with Bryson's new system is normally I don't get any new growth on anything until the monsoon season comes. So the really hot spring, there's no new growth, but Bryson's already experiencing new growth.
We've gone even crazier. This time, the thing we bought moves.
When you have animals, you also have to have water. Of course, having all this water now, it allows us to bring some animals back, and we're pretty excited about it. And the number one thing we go get is the goat, because the goat's milk is something that was really a staple for the kids growing up, and we've all fallen in love with the goat's milk. It's really nice to have a goat to produce our own goat's milk again.
It's definitely something we were buying like as much as we could, and it's super expensive, so the goat like pays for itself really quickly. But we're pretty excited about that.
And now we got her, and there's 2 more babies in the cage too that we're bringing home. Gonna start milking goats again.
Yeah, we've decided we can't live without goat's milk any longer.
Yeah.
It's a must-have.
Also, one thing I remember from last time when we had lots of animals was you're always a little bit worried about water in the back of your mind, because goats especially are super big monkeys, and they might twist something, turn something over. There might be something that they bump into and it breaks and water goes everywhere. Water is just super easy to lose, especially if it's even just a little drip for a long period of time. It's amazing how fast water will go.
Plus the land is so overgrown.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So big.
La Mancha and Toggenburg and Nubian.
Yeah.
It's so fun to have these animals and not have to worry about any of that. You know, you're like, if something gets left on and we have a river in the backyard, we can do it. Not a big deal. You know, like, that's pretty cool. Hey, it's my little goats.
Hey guys.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, those look like, that looks like a good uddered milk, my dude. Good job.
You're already cleaning it up.
System to help feed goats. Yeah.
We're gonna go milk our new goat.
Good girl. No, get down. Put down. You don't need to be on the gate. Come on. Oh. Food.
We jumped the gun.
She had some nibbles in there. It's the goatee. It's the goat. Any words of wisdom?
Make sure to milk her fast.
Or she'll kick the pail. And she's got to have her num-nums. Otherwise, she kind of gets mad.
It's a race, you see. How fast can she get down her bullet? How fast can I milk this? You know?
Yes.
War cry for affection or something like
Yeah.
that is her name, which is That's what happens when you have too many goats and you don't know what to name anybody.
Yeah.
So instead, we called her Bella.
Yes.
Because she Bella all day long. That's what happens when you bottle feed them, is they get quote unquote friendly, but I think it's just kind of needy, you know what I'm saying?
I can understand that.
She's a good goat. We love her.
Yes.
From the bucket, we filtered the milk and place it in the freezer for about an hour and a half. The goal is to cool the milk down as soon as possible to avoid any goaty flavor. Now that we have milk, to complete the ensemble, we need honey. It arrives in an unexpected way. A neighbor needs a hive removed.
All right, so it's been a while since we've done some bee stuff, but a neighbor asked us to take care of some bees. Because like they had set up in like a barrel, but they were able to close the barrel and roll it down a hill. They thought they got rid of them that way. And when they came back, they had moved just up in here. And there they are. It's actually a pretty big hive, isn't it?
Yeah.
The process for getting these bees, it's can be tricky sometimes depending on where the hive is at. If the hive's in a weird, awkward spot, it's weird and it's awkward to get them.
So I think we can start putting them in here, and my plan is I'm gonna slide that out, turn it, and slide it back in to shut down the hive.
Right.
If I could get them to all crawl out that way, that would be ideal. So if I start smoking from over here, maybe I can get them to
Travel
go
that way.
way.
Yeah.
The main goal with bees is if you can get the queen, the whole hive will follow her, no matter where she goes. If you can find her, then you can basically put her in a cage and put her in the box you want, and then move some of the comb over there and start getting that scent over to the box, and then all the worker bees can just move in. All right, well, let's just start pulling off comb.
Okay.
Oh, those are full of honey. Wow. I'm gonna drip honey everywhere, but... Okay. Or just kind of get a couple bees away from it.
Yep. Big old honey bowl there. Yeah.
Well,
So we found her.
they can't really see her, but she's right there. She's
Yeah, see how little bigger, how much bigger she is?
yeah, she's like double the length. She's very different.
We were looking for her for a good 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, some of them are starting to do this. That's what they're supposed to do when they get around the queen.
We put the queen right on top. And then that's where a bunch of them are accumulating. So got some there.
So once you now get them in the box, we come out at dusk, right when it's getting real dark. That's typically when all the bees are in their home. And as long as we've judged the size of the hive right, which is not always easy to do, they should all fit inside the box.
That is unbelievably awesome, or shall I say sweet. Very cool, you guys. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
The next thing that we're going to do here is next to Bree and Jared's building is all the aquaponics. So we're going to start disassembling that and getting that out of here since we have all our new water system going or getting in.
One of the reasons why we're taking down the aquaponics, in the past when we didn't have a well, it was really efficient to run the aquaponics system because it used very little water and it could grow a ton of plants. And yeah, there was fish involved with it, which is nice. But the fish were always a very stressful thing for me because cold might get them, and I was very stressed about that. Eventually, I want to re-tackle the fish more in a maybe a bigger pond. There's no point having it around because we're not trying to save any water.
We found an ingenious way to get rid of
We have.
the T-post.
Mom has discovered it. You turn this thing on jet like this, and you run it down the T-post, and then
It picks right up. Is that beautiful?
it's awesome.
And I'll show you the stack. I was like, oh man, we should go get a T-post remover or something. And then we discovered another good reason to having abundant water. So we've just been taking all of these out and it's been so easy. If you've ever removed 2 posts, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they're nice and straight so we can reuse them. I know a friend of mine, she's a sciencey type gal, and she was saying, you know, when you have a plant, it's nice to have that plant get the nutrients from the soil. That's really how plants are designed. The aquaponics is great because it served its purpose when we were short on water, and now that we have the abundant water, we want to get them in the ground and get moving that direction.
Yeah. Also, what was kind of sitting in the back of my mind too is, what nutrients am I missing from the system? So we've just been out here working, and this has been slowly tilting. And then I look down and I see this giant hole that Elvis has been digging.
I can build a home. You guys think you have dirt holes?
Just look at that. It's gonna cave in on you, buddy. It's a burrow.
He likes chasing rabbits, but really he's just taking notes. Another thing that we'd like to have on our homestead is fresh eggs. But before we get our chickens, we need to secure our fencing.
All right, you hear the goat in the background? Her official name on her little papers, because she's a paper goat, we don't care about that. We were looking for a family milking goat. Her name is a lot of names, but one of them in there is War Cry. As soon as we walk away, you will understand that. We decided War Cry was just not the right name for her, so we're calling her Bella, because she bellas a lot.
She was bottle fed, which is why we're in this predicament. I think that's just code for needy. Needy!
But we love her.
We love her.
She gives us good milk.
Because we're not over there with her, she just bellows. Nothing's wrong. They have water and all that stuff. Food. She just like company.
Okay, so this fence, obviously you don't turn these on their side. We wanted to be able to see the chickens, and this is a chicken coop. The dog's doing this and the goat's on the other side sometimes. We got a wobble going on, which is not a good thing. We're gonna copy this wall. And these, I don't need to replace them yet. They're actually still solid.
We like to wait for the wobble.
Yeah, we gotta wait for the wobble. What we did is the goats been in the chicken coop because we've been wanting them to eat all the weeds. And you can see they ate the tops of all those weeds. It's hilarious. We'll be getting some chickens here pretty soon, probably some guinea pigs. Start building up our little homestead again.
That's right. You gotta talk to us here about your shoe situation.
These shoes were busting out anyway, and I was tired of them banging at the ends of my toes. So I just took them off, their whole front, wondering if it was gonna work. And it's actually working. I've used them for a couple days now, and my toes are so happy. They're free. My socks are not as happy, but my feet are.
That's all that matters.
That building right there took me and the kids months and months to build because it was the very first building we were doing. They were moving a little quicker than what we did with that building, so.
We're about 10 minutes in and we have 3.
And we actually are using a level. We're leveling up our game. We got our crystals on, modern frequency device that we're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have those in our store if you want. We picked up extras when we got them.
We figure everything that we're buying and enjoying, we would like to offer to you if that's something that you're interested in too. Yeah, and hey, if you get one, let us know. It's all real subtle. I remember we had something similar. You don't really know why it makes you feel better. It just kind of does.
We like to try new things.
That's right.
About halfway there, huh? A little over half.
Mm-hmm. So how's your shoes working out for you, Ma?
I think I'm liking it. You know, the one thing I was worried about is getting rocks caught in them. But you know what? I get rocks caught in them all the time. You gotta take your whole shoe off. This time, not only can you flick them out, but you can get some leather shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good flick. That's a fabulous flick. That flick would work to tell a dog no. Flick, you know?
So this is what I wake up to.
wanted to take this time out to say thank you for some gifts that we received. Wendy sent this beautiful hummingbird, very precious card. Thank you very much for that, Wendy. That is very, very touching, and I appreciate that very much. We got a chime. There's a hummingbird chime, and not sure who sent that, but just want to give a shout out to whoever did and say thank you. It's beautiful and it sounds good in this courtyard. It's beautiful. And then we got this. Welcome to Gary's Garage. So, and I don't know who sent this too, so shout out and thank you to who sent that. Appreciate you thinking about us.
It's so fun to open these in the mail, and I'm so sorry we don't know. It didn't come with any names, so thank you so much for thinking of us. You rock!
All right, so our beautiful block wall is about probably halfway done, and it is straight and it is strong.
And our Elvis is doing good. He's fluffy as ever.
He's already been doing on his job. He's chasing off those big bad bunnies, aren't you? But believe it or not, we like that because we have a lot of things growing around here too with all our new water. So he's gonna earn his keep. But I will tell you, we are looking for alpacas. Bree has wanted one for a long time, so we decided we would go ahead and start looking into them. We're gonna visit 2 farms to try to learn about them. You can read online, then you ask the people who actually raise them, and they don't always line up with what you read online. So we want to go out and see the people who are actually raising these beautiful animals. The main reason that we want them is for protection, and their excrement is also called a cold fertilizer, meaning you can put it immediately on plants.
They have fur. We are so excited about their coats.
And you know, I don't know if you've been learning about frequencies like we have, but the frequency on wool, it vibrates at like 1,000 hertz or something like this. So it's very healthy to wear. So we are going to start heading that direction a little bit. When we go visit, we might change our mind, but you can help us decide.
Be like yelling at us, don't do it!
Stop.
Here's our top bar hive I have out here. Go to the front entrance here. Oh yeah, take a look at that. Do you see all the male bees? That's your female. That's your male. So you notice how all the males right now are hanging out in front of the hive. I've only read about this. I've never seen it. I believe it's once a year. The females will kick all of the male bees out of the hive, and this will happen right here. That is just fascinating. If I remember right, they don't sting. It's serve 2 purposes. 1, to take flight to mate with a queen. Another queen, not the one within the hive. And 2, they don't want to waste any honey feeding them. Because they only really have one purpose, that is to mate, and that's it. I better get out of here. They're starting to take interest in me.
I don't know if you can see or hear the hum, but above us is probably a few thousand bees, would you say, Mom?
They're not aggressive at all at this point, but there's a ton of them. It can be very scary. The bees were kicking out all the drones today. So maybe this coordinates. I don't know, I guess they kick out all the males, and then I think they have to go find new homes. So maybe this is related to that.
It's over there. I don't know if you can see, but there's a rush of them right there. It was a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie, for a second, because it's just a big noise. These little tykes like picking fights with bees, huh, Chip? You know real well, don't you? You get stung and then your face swells up and then you do it again the next day sometimes. So, Zumi, what's the plan? Zumi!
I don't think you can make it over this.
Whoa! Don't teach her to jump like that! Oh no!
Beautiful! Oh, we should have done that in slow-mo. That was hot. I would have never done that.
And here, that's how high she can go. That's pretty good. It's good for a Frenchie. And I know what you're gonna ask, so before you do, no, we don't sell Mom's version of shoes. Those are you're gonna have to DIY at home.
And I know you want them very badly. They're in hot demand.
They're in hot, well, I mean,
cool demand.
Cool demand, I was gonna say. You know what I love about those shoes is everybody gets worried about crunching toes, so they tell you to wear shoes.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, they are not good to have around goats and Elvis because they do step on toes.
Oh man.
I wonder what the alpacas are going to be like because they don't have hooves.
I'm so curious to see, like.
Yeah. All right, we're going to fill up the farm. We're going to get some turkeys.
Yes, we're getting some turkey-lurkeys. We're going to have a fabulous Thanksgiving.
How does a turkey say turkey?
I don't know.
Gobble. Oh, hey, we found you a recliner, Mom.
Oh, another one.
Nice one.
To give you some backstory, we're always looking for recliners, it feels like.
I put them in the backyard. The dogs pee on them. I get mad at the dogs. I get rid of the recliner and I find another one.
Right, guys.
Oh, right here, I think. Wasn't it?
What?
Was it right there? Oh, it's up here.
Oh, it's a cute place.
Oh, wait, was that it?
It is it.
That's okay.
There's
You
a
should
turn
go
in
into
up
it.
here.
Oh, look at they're free ranging all their animals. I love them. Oh, look at that. That's fun. This is a fun place.
We want to get turkeys, but they also have several chickens and poults for sale that we pick up too. Surprisingly, these days, turkeys are selling for $10 for poults and chickens are $15. Last time we did this, it was the other way around.
More chickens in here. So I think we got like 14. I'm gonna shut that before they jump out and jump all over Bree's car. She will not be happy with me. We'll be on our way to having chickens again, huh guys?
Yeah, I'm so happy about that.
Home guys.
We're home sweet home, about to take our new flock in.
We have chirping in the back seats like crazy, and the smell of bird. And I think you know what I mean when I say bird. So yeah, we're pretty excited to get out of the car and get these chickens in their pen.
Out of the car.
Fresh air.
Breathe. Okay, now we can breathe, guys.
Don't go well.
Hi guys. Hey, we got some birds for you. We got some birds for you. Are you excited? Yeah? Watch your toes. Watch your toes. She's a toe stepper. Get some too, Brad. Hi guys.
They're really beautiful.
Oh, they put the fence up already. Jared's awesome.
These two
Yeah?
hopped this fence.
Oh, Zoomy hopped this?
Yes, I found both Elvis and Zumi.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at them all. Do you guys want some chicken dinner? Just kidding. Don't go too much on my wall here. It's still drying. Oh, first one's gonna move.
She's out and moving. Pecking away. The one brave one of the bunch. Round 2. There's more birdies. There they go. These 5 are a tight-knit group. These guys are just content. They're like, this box is home now. All right, and our turkeys.
Hey, you got a new home now.
Look at her.
Broken neck or what?
I don't know. She's functioning.
Why
she looks
did I pick her?
Because we love the runts.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently. Oh, it's so nice to have birds in here again.
No, Elvis. You get fencing?
Ollie, look at Ollie. No, there's fencing. Look at him. Oh, that is so funny. He's looking at the birds out here. Oh, he went for a higher one now.
Okay, our wall is done. Extremely solid. It's just like, it's just awesome. I love brick and I love block. But you can see there's a film on it. Let's just put some vinegar on that today. See if we can get rid of that film. This is made of half vinegar, half water. But this will be thick too.
We'll see how it
You
is.
can do it the easy way. Always
Easy
try
way
the
is the
easy way
best.
first.
Agreed.
Had to do quite a few doses of vinegar water on this wall, and it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than it was.
When we haven't had an animal before, we like to visit farms to learn more about them. The first farm we visit is G Alpacas in Sierra Vista, Arizona. They do these neat tours for $5 a person. Such a nice guy. Took us all the way through everything. And we asked him about 1,000,000 questions. Oh, there's just goats. But there's the alpacas. They're so sweet. So special, all these little alpacas. And the goats, always demanding of attention, as goats do. It includes not just a look at the alpacas, but Leroy, one of the owners, shows in fascinating detail how they process the fiber.
The hairs, and then we let the twist go in there. Stay with the hairs, and then we let the twist go in, and that's all we're doing. And you see it just keeps getting longer and longer. The work is being done right here between my thumbs. And so when it gets long enough that it reaches the floor, I'll take this off the hook, and then I just hook it back in here, and then we just start over again. 9,000 years before they came up with something better. This is called a spinning wheel.
You must get a lot of Sleeping Beauty jokes.
Yeah, I don't fit that. I don't fit that old lady sitting in front of the fireplace. But this particular style of spinning wheel became popular between like the 13 and 1500s. We've learned now that what we need is twist. The big wheel moves the little wheel, and the little wheel moves the flyer. Well, the flyer has a hold of my yarn here. You see that? Every time that goes around, you're getting a twist. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to build a bunch of energy, or a bunch of twist in there. Then I'm going to let go with that hand, and when I let go, it's going to let that energy loose. And when it starts twisting, it starts grabbing those hairs. And look at that.
That's great.
Look at that. That right there is now 5 times stronger than it was originally. I can just do like this. I just did a piece that long because that's not yarn yet. Take the 2 of these and I would spin these together. Now when I spin this together, this process is called plying, so that would be a 2-ply. To make it stronger, you might want to go to 3 or even a 4-ply in order to make it stronger. That right there between my thumbs is a 2-ply yarn. Take that as a souvenir.
When Leroy was going through all of the stuff that he was showing us, he took alpaca fiber and he put a match to it, and you could see it will not burn. It might just frizzle on the ends. That's one reason why people use it, of course, for insulation. Well, we'd have to have a lot of alpacas to be able to insulate like a house, but we still want to kind of play with the idea.
These guys get super interested in the fiber and how soft the fiber is, and they'll like analyze it underneath microscopes, and they get serious business about all this stuff.
It is stunning, and it's, I mean, you can see how that becomes really important for people who are making things out of this material.
Yeah.
But for us, we're going to probably use the alpaca stuff for, a few little, Bryson wants to try a hat, and we want to do some insulation ideas and this kind of stuff.
Did you know alpaca fur can be felt? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I need a new one. This one's staying.
This man wanted to make a felt hat out of
Elvis. That's right, the dog.
An Elvis
Long
hat.
hair. Apparently you can do it. It looks really cool.
Now,
Bryson found a video online, and you want to check it out.
And it
you
is
can make
true.
a felt hat out of your dog's hair.
When he was going from his winter coat to his summer coat, I think that there birthed another Elvis. So there was plenty of hair.
Yes.
I think I could have made like 10 hats by now.
You could be selling them.
Be selling Elvis hats. Just don't go out in the rain. It smells like a dog. At the second farm, we meet a delightful, passionate woman who answers every question we have.
We are at a second farm.
Yeah.
We've alpaca'd our schedule with this.
Our day has really been alpaca.
Waiting for the gal to get here so we can get another little chore. We intend on asking all of the same questions because that's what we do. For many years, I have been pitching this idea of having, as the guard dog of the property, a llama or an alpaca. Because I just think if I was on someone's property, what would scare me almost more than a bark is to be spit at. And I think that is the most hilarious self-defense in the animal kingdom. I personally wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that, and I think that would work really good. But anyway, they're just cute and fun. It's an animal I've always wanted. And so we did a little looking into it. We thought, well, alpacas, they're easier to get out here, and they're also smaller. For me, a smaller animal feels more doable, and I think for the rest of the family too. So,
Oh my gosh, it's a little one. It's a little itty bitty one. You are adorable.
oh, I think I found the spot.
On the spot? Did you want some of this stuff?
Oh.
She informs us of a gal who is downsizing her farm and needs to find a home for her 5 alpacas.
We are pretty excited to follow up on this new news of a local gal looking to find a home for her 5 alpacas. We're just looking to bring the alpacas and, make them part of the homestead, part of the farm. We're not looking to go down and show them and whatnot. Nothing wrong with that. That's just not what we do with our animals. So we don't care if they're papered or not. More of our style is trying to find someone who has animals and needs to get get rid of them. In this case, this gal has got 5 alpacas, 3 females and 2 males. She's just getting to the point that alpacas are just too much for her and she needs to find a new home for them.
The things we learned are alpacas don't like their heads touched. A dog likes to smell your hand, but an alpaca likes to see your face. They don't have hooves, so they don't damage grass. Their manure isn't hot, so it can go immediately on plants. They get shaved once a year. Alpacas need a pack, so you need more than one. 3 is preferable. You can really alpaca a lot of puns in their name. Lastly, they keep the males and the females in separate pens.
Our neighbor Mark called up again and he has another hive.
But we got to get another box first because we have so many hives.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves another hive. So we bought ourselves a bee box. We're now coming out to tend the second hive.
It's been fun learning about the bees and how to take care of them. My fear of bees has gone way down, so if you have a fear of bees, go work with them for a little while in a bee suit so you feel comfortable. And it's not so bad.
Jared put together an awesome stand for it. You see a bee now, it lands on, and you're like, oh, so cool. Does it look healthy? Is it looking good? You're not, bees on me. This is a beautiful hive. You can really hear them.
The second hive was on this lid, so you could just see the hive and then, oh, there's the queen.
This is very easy.
We move a bunch of them by hand, like you scoop them and then you toss them in there too, and they generally stay where they're tossed.
Especially on the new hive we have, you just close the doors on them and then they're in there. So we just picked them up, threw them in the back of the truck, drove them here.
The second hive was a little full. It was a little full of bees. We had that was a big hive there, so.
We misjudged the box size on that one.
This is too small of a box for too many bees. See,
yeah.
They're all swarmed here.
Yeah.
So they need
that.
They need that.
Right away.
This is too
we need to get that queen and let her out. And yeah, so they kind of swarmed a little bit, but.
Yeah, they got over it though, and they stayed pretty much where they were. Left the queen in there about a day, but yeah, you really, she doesn't have access to water and food, so you don't really want to leave them too long. Just to establish them, and then we went out and released the queen. I'm going to downplay it a little bit because, we forgot to film it, so it's really boring. We just went out there, release the queen and shut the lid. Yeah, it was a boring process. You don't want to see that anyway.
And that looks really healthy.
Yeah.
So here's a great, I can't grab this frame a little better. So see this? That is capped honey. This here is all brood. Mm-hmm. And it's not because it's darker, although it looks like it's darker. It's actually because not only is this frame really light, which is telling me that it's not honey.
Yeah.
But you can see that up in here, you can see how there's little, look like there's little larvae.
Yeah.
In those little guys. So that's how you kind of know that this is brood. Mm-hmm. And also brood has a bit of a arched cap to it.
Right.
Like capped honey is just like flat.
Yeah.
And this has more of like it's more arched than the flap.
Mm-hmm.
So now the hives pretty much stay where they are, and I'm excited to see how the flow hives start functioning. This is the first year that I'm really wanting to test those flow hives. I've seen a lot of great reviews on them, and I'm very excited about them. And I have one, and I bought another one because I feel so confident in them working well.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited.
Cool bees.
They are guinea keats, and I love guineas. They'll protect the farm too by, when they get older.
The benefits of keeping guineas are they protect chickens with their call, they keep snakes away, even killing rattlesnakes, and their diet consists mainly of bugs, which keeps the damage to plants down.
Why, hello there. Can I take your order? Excuse me, what will we be having today? Got you. Back with a menu. All right, here's our menu. Alrighty, that order's coming right up for you. Here you go. You don't like my cooking? Unbelievable.
All right, Mom, you guys came home conquering heroes.
We did. A guy gave us this in town because we were looking at him, and he says, I got one of those. Follow me home and I'll give it to you. This hooks up to the propane tank and will kill any of the weeds or bad things that we don't want the goats eating. This is some plants I got from Puerto Rico, but we won't talk about that.
And over here, whoa! The blower is used on the backyard.
It's to blow off the gravel to make it look nice.
Over here we have the weed whacker that Jared's been wanting. What do you think, Bella? She's coming over to inspect it, Jared.
What do you think?
Huh, Bella, what do you think? Yeah.
This beautiful, wonderful looking torch. We were gonna buy a torch and they wanted $300 for it. I just don't think we should get that. The guy right in front of us in line turns and he looks at it and he goes, "Hey, I've got an extra one of those. You follow me home, I'll give it to you." And he walked right into his shed and pulled out this thing for us. How nice.
That's so nice. We tried to pay him and he just would not take money.
We tried.
What's nice is it's not getting your rocks dark.
But it looks good. It's
Yeah,
gonna look good.
I think it's going to be very useful, yes. Especially those poisonous ones out by the shop.
Yeah.
The key we have found to raising chickens in the desert is to layer regular fence and chicken wire, and then you'll see the blocks running around the base of it as well. The other layers of protection come from the goats that will run around, Elifas that'll run around the outside, and then hopefully when we get our alpacas, they'll be doing the same thing. They'll be running around. I'm about ready to let our guineas out because just like them to be able to get into the dirt.
Guineas, huh? Mom has worked tirelessly to get these blocks moved so that we don't have any escape artists.
We don't intend to contain the guineas, only in the beginning. They will fly over this fence. They're our patrol.
They will go where they want to go.
You have to cage them on all sides, including the top, which we don't do.
Oh my gosh, you get cutting trees and everything offends you, you know? Okay.
Hi, guys.
Do I just pick them up, you think? Set them down?
I think so, if you can get them. Whoa! They need dirt, though. I don't like animals that don't have access to the dirt. Well, they're going to be so happy. Guineas are an interesting bird. It's when you get them as chicks, then you can establish them at home, like what we're doing. Believe it or not, when they're little like that, they can drown. You think they're very smart birds. They're actually not so smart until they get a little older. Chickens wouldn't do this, but they'll run right into water. So I got a little thing on here for if they fall in, hopefully they can jump up on this and go out. If you get them older, like a year or older, and you don't establish them for a very long time, somewhere around 6 months to a year, what happens is they'll fly back home. I remember the first guineas we bought, they were older, and I asked the guy about that because I'd read that online. He said, if you take them home and you don't cage them down, they'll just fly back to me and I'll sell them to you again.
The highly anticipated day arrives, and it's time to pick up our 5 new alpacas.
Pick up some alpacas and get them delivered this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, they're settling down now.
Loading them into the trailer goes very smoothly, and we're already on our way back to the homestead.
Got them loaded,
It was easy.
and we even have their harnesses. It's kind of fun.
Yep.
We're a whole caravan.
We got three automobiles.
Yeah. They're all comfortable.
Hey, Bree.
Mom, we got them.
We're good. For a little while, when we were in the process of moving these alpacas, we did not have the alpacas at the house, but we'd already got them. We were just waiting to get them moved. And this whole time, I'm like, where's the alpacas? They need to be here. What's the problem? You know, like, it felt like there was a piece missing.
Yeah,
and then when
true.
the alpacas came, it was completed the whole circle. Something I was not really expecting. I was like, what are these alpacas gonna do for the farm other than just look pretty? What are they gonna do? Obviously there's wool and some other things, but a really unexpected thing was their manure. It's not hot manure, so you can put it right on plants. It's one of the best fertilizers you can have for plants, and they produce quite a bit of it a day. As you can see, I'm gaining quite the pounds of fertilizer. And the best part is about alpacas, they don't say it, they poop in one spot. They have a communal poop pot. And so it's really easy. You just take a snow shovel out there and just scoop her up. It's really nice. So I've been putting it all on the plants, and there's already, you can see the growth has taken off.
Maybe it's our imaginations, but it felt like the leaves and stuff are getting greener too with that.
Darker and more colorful.
Like they're happy.
The flowers are blooming like crazy. If you have a flower plant that's not blooming, try putting some fertilizer on there. It actually seems like that's really helped. It's been really cool.
I'm so glad I caught you here. I just wanted to let you know that we have a brand new design in our shop featuring 3 very cute alpacas. We have this design on t-shirts and sweatshirts. We have a free shipping sale going on right now through June 30th. Mark your calendar for July 4th. We have a 25% off sale, and then the next day, July 5th through July 10th, it's gonna be 20% off of everything. Anyway, I know you have a show to get back to, and well, I got work to do. So, I'll catch you later.
Are you ready?
Yep, let's move them over. We got this little makeshift pin for them. They were in the traffic area. It's like, they're kind of in the way, so we just put up another little makeshift just until we kind of get to know them, and then we'll let them out into the big field.
Should I open the gate?
Yeah, we probably could just guide them in. This pin, I know it has that, which is kind of a bummer, but it does have this big tree, so they'll get shade. They have access to their hay, but we got the gal that we got the alpacas from gave us that hay feeder, so we'll be putting that in. Oh, hey, that was easy. Good job, guys. Huh? What do you think of that? We'll get you some water and we'll get you your hay. Thanks, Bri.
Yeah, of course.
My mom and dad were raised on a farm, and my dad, one of the things that he said to me was when you introduce new animals onto the farm, what you want to do is introduce them through some sort of fencing so they can see one another and kind of get used to each other.
Looks like they're doing pretty good.
I think so.
Especially Elvis. It's very important that he understands, since he's the protector of the animals, he needs to know what animals are his and which ones he wants to chase off.
Another interesting fact about alpacas is their pregnancies last about a year. We'd like to get them bred right away. After giving them a few days to settle in, we start the process. Since we're a family-friendly channel, the following scenes are carefully selected.
So what are you doing back here, Ma?
We just got these 2 bred. He needs to get back in here, and she needs to get back in her crowd. We put the last 2 paired together. They just have no interest in each other. Or she just doesn't want to breed with this fella. She is a very princessy type character, and he maybe is more on the peasant side. Maybe she's just decided that he's just not up to her par.
Weezer, he's gonna have one night alone, unfortunately, because the other guy is in there with her, and we're trying to get those 2 to mate.
Okay, so the next job, we got everything on the other side. Now our next job is to get rid of these and move them around, finish up the courtyard.
No mad bricks because they never find a home.
But they're gonna finally find their home. This will look really ugly when we take it down, because that's looks great, but metal wall looks like the dickens, and that one we're not going to fix up or do anything different right now, because that wall's coming down when we expand the courtyard, when Bree and Jared put their house over here. Mm-hmm. So that'll be just a temporary wall, and it will stay.
So prepare your eye bulbs for an onslaught of tin.
That is so ugly. So we are going to be putting this bamboo over the top of it, because I found some inexpensive bamboo that I'm kind of excited about. They were selling it in some places $100 for 16 foot, and I thought, oh my gosh, it cost a lot. But I found some at another store that was only selling it for like $29 for 16 foot. So that's a lot more reasonable. And so I got a couple of those. They'll be going over the wall, so we don't have to look at that for a couple years.
Oh, and then of course the very Snoopy Bella. You probably have seen by now that Bella is a part of everything.
Yeah, it'll work until we get the real wall in. At least that will not be such an eyesore now.
Yeah. Looks good.
Remember when we filled this with foam? What happens over time is the foam disappears. It breaks down, and so anyway, got us a few more months of use out of it. We end up getting a new one up here.
It'll work for a time, but not worth the dime.
Well, if you got a dead tire and you want 6 more months of use, then
We had some issues with that. The foam ended up being more expensive than the tire. And we were like, we're just gonna buy a tire.
See?
the second step, of course, is to go ahead and start bringing Elvis in. You know, we don't want him chasing. That's the last thing we want him to do. And we brought him in after one little blooper, which we won't talk about. Is if one of these start running, what is Elvis going to do?
We're hoping for great things for our little Elvis boy. And the alpaca doesn't care. He had a chance to kind of meet you at the fence a lot.
He just moseyed on over there, did some sniffing. The alpacas, one or two welled up like they were going to spit on him a couple times.
One kind of spit at him.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Was...
Yeah, it was real calm and peaceful. It's amazing when you get these breeds that are designed to do different things, how well they actually respond to how they were bred from generations back.
And once he knew that those animals were part of the farm, he's now ready to protect them. He's now looking out for them. If noises happen, he's back there. He wants to know what's going on. It's very cool.
Oh no. What are they doing now?
We're fixing this tree.
Don't you think the llamas would have done that?
No, I don't see them cutting down that big old branch.
Okay.
Everyone keeps bumping their heads on.
I think they approve. Look at them.
They came over to see everything we're doing.
Do you guys approve?
On the thorns here, so you can kind of see them. So when you go to grab a branch sometimes, they're like thorny all the way up. And all the new stuff has just so many thorns. See this? Do you see it? It's so tiny. It's so tiny. It's like the size of probably a penny. Look at it. It's so small. It's like the size of my fingernail. It's so cute.
Goats and alpacas do have a lot of things in common. However, there's one thing they do not have in common, and that is alpacas love water.
They're having a ball just like it is. Yeah, it's like in a car wash and moving around.
Let's turn around slowly, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Jet loves it. Jetty loves it. Genesis is like, more please. And thank you. Oh, she is gonna lay down. She's gonna lay down. She gonna take a mud bath?
I don't know.
That is too funny.
This is what it's like. All right, come in here. Good morning. Good morning. Because they're face lovers. They love your faces. They want to get up in your face, see everything. These guys are, I don't know what's up, but see? And then that's like, I can't just walk forward. I'm going to run into them. And I don't want to step on their toes. So I have to be kind of careful. But then I got to get by them. And it's like, I don't know, it's like trudging through snow or something. Yeah. Get this thing going. I have a lot of stuff in here. Okay.
We had gone with the family to get some apples. It was out in the country, and you know, she had an area where we pulled in, and I walked into this courtyard, and it was beautiful. There was water fountains and all this beauty in this little contained area that she had just really put time and effort into. And I thought, you know what? I want to create that one day. I want to have an oasis in the desert. Now with the new water system that Bryson has installed and all the new planting that we've done, we've got several different types of trees. We got a pecan and apples, apricots, guava trees, grapes, fig tree, raspberries, all just newly planted. So this will be the first year of the beginning of lots and lots of growth. I'm hoping, seeing in the future, this will just really bloom out into something spectacular, is my hope. We've now got more wall blocked in. We'll mortar it later, but for right now it's got a nice border, and Bryson got a new door out into a different part of the animal area. And of course we've got lots of things in the future for this courtyard as well. We have a natural swimming pool that is planned, and a natural hot tub, and hopefully a fountain or two back here too, to really bring that nice pretty water sound back here. I'm looking forward to really being able to paint a beautiful picture in this courtyard.
Bringing these home is like a dream come true for me. Honestly, I expected to like them. I didn't expect to like them as much as I do. I get excited to go out there every day and feed them and like try to get to know them. Earning their trust is such like a win, and I really like how personal they are.
Interesting, we at one time bought a donkey for the protection of the animals. I guess it depends on personality, because all the donkey ever did was chase the goats and bite at them and stuff, so it never really worked out very well. No. But as far as the alpacas, if you read online, you'll see that they can be a protection for like the small animals like the birds. Once we got them all bred now, we're just kind of rotating them through each day. Either the males or the females get to be out on the field.
Alpacas want to be a pack.
When we let the boys out on the field, they kind of wander a little bit, but then they stay real close to the girls. And then when we let the females out, they go out and run and they enjoy life and they're trunching around, and the boys are just going crazy in the pen. Did they abandon you guys? Where did they go? On the road. I've been away for far too long. It just naturally feels like, gosh, these guys should all be together. Just kind of have to see how it goes. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past you.
Adjusting our mindsets from water scarcity to water abundance has been a delightful process. It's neat knowing the water we pull up from the earth takes from no one, but instead gives our home new life. It provides us with plants, trees, animals, and helps us build. Living in water abundance is a joyful freedom. If you're unfamiliar with primary wells and the science that confirms it, and you'd like to learn more, consider doing some research. You can start with our video digging our well if you'd like. We have resources you can start your dive with in the description of that video. Thank you for continuing to share this information. We want everyone to live in water abundance. If you enjoyed our video, consider liking and subscribing or following. If you really enjoyed it, share it with a friend and tag us on social media. Our links are down below. We want to give a special thank you to our Patreon and local supporters. You help keep our content coming. Before you go, drop a comment. We love to hear from you. Thanks, and God bless.
Thank you!
Borrowed Garen's trailer.
We did.
So yeah, this is going to be all our fencing for the alpacas.
Work as a cattle guard. Cattle guards wouldn't stop these guys. Look at them.
funny how snoopy they are, or curious?
Yeah.
You guys are so curious.
What have you got there? You got a carrot? Why have you got a carrot, huh? Did you pull it up? I think you might have. Have fun.
And along with spring, see if we can see. She took off for a few days and then she came back. She decided to bring a baby home. There she is. She's a little tiny thing in there. That was super exciting to see the kitten.
I think I have about 15 micro pebbles in my shoes right now, so
Yeah, see?
you know.
And you could just...
And mine have the toes. Maybe
So, not like a whole house, you know. Just saying.
we should have done a 3-person interview because somebody from the Phoenix Center.
He is just, yeah, he just wants to be a part of this.
He does.
I don't know what are we even
What
doing?
were we even thinking?
What might you be, huh? So, according to the interwebs, this is a blister beetle. Should I touch it?
Yeah.
It's a joke. We're just curious, Bree.
Those are like practically trees. Look how thick they are.
Look at the flowers are coming way up there.
To give you an example, they're usually at their peak right here.
Yes. Oh, we also laid magnets in the ground
Oh, that's right.
on this one, too.
Is that good, Elvis? That water looks, wow. That's the pond water, Elvis. There's fresh water in other places. There's fresh water elsewhere, but is that what you like? Okay.
Battery operated chainsaw. You wouldn't think they would work.
Mom gets this weed whacker, right? And this little chainsaw comes out the box. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. This is not what I wanted. I wanted the weed whacker. So she gets the weed whacker. And then you plug this baby in, we start using it, and we're like, really like this. And it's become close to my favorite tool. Mom doesn't know it yet. Some animals prefer shelter. Others, for some reason, they just don't.
And of course, the very snoopy Bella. You probably have seen by now that Bella is a part of everything. Jared and I just acquired this car from Shay, and we got the hood open because we're working on it, and she like butts in, and I do mean butts in. Like, she shoved the two of us out of the way to look at what we were looking at. She nibbled on a couple of parts to try and figure out what all the excitement was about, and then decided it was boring, turned around, and then I think she peed. But anyway, she's very, very, she's very snoopy. We could call one of them lactose because they all lactose.
It's true.
That was a really bad one.
That was a really bad one.